Hey everyone, it's Spurs Rail 96 here. Hope you're doing well out there. Welcome to another Train Sim World live stream. For today's video, we are completing the little trilogy of streams on the Tees Valley line by taking a look at the second locomotive add-on for this historic route. And the locomotive in question is the BR Class 20 diesel electric locomotive. So let's get into it and have some fun. I must apologise also for me nose. My voice may sound a little bit different. Unfortunately, hay fever has come out to play today. So brilliant. Not. Alright, we'll go into the journey mode. We'll pick class 20. And we'll do what shall we do? I want to do some limestone. Redmire to what's that? Eaglescliffe to Tees Yard, and the rest is all the usual run-of-the-mill services that you do with the 37. I know I've repeated it, but I think I will do. Let me just go on to the actual route timetable, like this one here. Now you can do. You've got two options. You've got two pairs of class 20s coupled up together. We've got the single one, but it doesn't make a difference. You'll get for freight duties on the timetable for Tees Valley. All the services are, with two class 20s nose to nose. So we will do one of the limestone services. Let's see if Redmire is in this one. Let's just Redmire. There's this one. 6:30 in the morning. Bring this train into service. I'm not interested in that. Alright, let's do this one. The 10:56 service. Ooh, hello. Come back. Oh, behave. Clear. There we go. Nice and clear. Happy days. Hey Sophie, nice to see you. Hope you're well. You got coffee and biscuits. I don't have biscuits, but I do have a coffee. Like malted milks or shortbreads. No, I'm afraid no biscuits today. I was gonna have I forgot to actually have dessert earlier. I'll have that after the stream has concluded. We'll just do that. Sort the controller out a little bit. There we go. It's made a difference-ish. We need the master key in. Put it into the forward position. Initial application position. We'll set the brakes to vacuum brake goods. Nope. Is the chair as low as it can be? No, it is indeed. What was the other option? Seat rotation. Oh wow, you can actually rotate the seat. I forgot about that. It's quite a cool little thing. Instrument lights. I don't know what the freight side of things is when it comes to light classification. Let me just check. Hear those sounds, those beautiful sounds of the 20. So it's just the two on the lower right and left. Okay. So that means that one's fine. The centre one we can have off. And I think other than that, should be all good to go. Lovely cab. This was the last ever DLC for the original Train Sim World, before Train Sim World 2 came out in 2020. Handbrake sweet, you've got the hot plate there. But that's predominantly like the main driver's seat, because traditionally when these locomotives were first released, there was an issue with looking at the front of the cab, or looking out the front of the train in this direction. You can see here, you can barely see what's in front of you. The only way I suppose you could get round that is actually sticking your head out the window. So to overcome that, they stuck 20s back nose to nose, and the back of the locomotive is now perceived to be the front, because you can actually see what you're doing, basically. But there are some instances where you can run a single 20 nose first, so to speak, or in the traditional kind of way. I think you could do them where Somerset with just a single 20, go facing, forward, sitting in that seat, going forwards. But it's quite a challenge, obviously, to see where you're going. But it's a great locomotive, really well weathered, some lovely sounds. I think they got some sounds from the Great Central Railway just before everything shut down prior to the pandemic. I think this came out during lockdown in the early months of 2020. But it's also a good reason to have pairs of 20s, is because of hauling heavy loads like limestone, steel, other things as well, coal. But here we go. Let's go. And they were given the nickname of choppers due to their sound. Really cool sound. And those limestone wagons come with the Class 20, but sadly only occupy 4, or only add, I should say, 4 services to the timetable. All the other services is just your usual Class 37 services. So it's cool to a degree. You can mix and match with the 37 services, so it brings a bit of variation there. And you can also use this on a load of other rail tour services on some other routes, and I think also for the West Coast Main Line over Shap route, and maybe Blackpool branches, you could do some freight with this. I'm not entirely sure because I've never done that. Also, the horn has 2 different types of sounds. Use the rear as well. So it's quite cool. Really nice horn. Like, if you were to ask me in terms of quality, what are they better? Like diesel electric locomotives to do freight and maybe some passenger? The 31 and the 20 is by far better, I think, as an overall model and sounds and physics. They are better and superior, in my view, to the 45, the 40, and the 47, because those locomotives have hardly been touched. Well, I say that the 47 has a little bit of a touch-up, not much in terms of physics or even sounds, which is a bit surprising. But it's had some tweaks, courtesy of Just Trains with the 47, having different liveries. I think there's some new smoke particle effects as well, which you can use on Northern Transpennine, as well as West Cornwall Local, and obviously West Coast Main Line and Blackpool branches. So we're going to Tees Yard. It's just over 2 miles away. good running sounds as well. The good old clickety clack. There's a 30 coming up. Oh dear. I've had zero practice today. Zero practice. I've just been feeling a little bit under the weather with a hay fever, but you know, I'll get over it, I'll live. I will not give up. I don't think this locomotive comes with a DSD isolation switch. I think it's on by default, but that's a guess, of course. That AWS sound is loud. Certainly makes you pay attention, that's for sure. Yeah, I'll be fine, services. As you know, I normally suffer, but I suffer terribly with hay fever. You know, it's just how it happens. You know, it's the summertime and springtime. When it comes around, you know, yeah, hay fever sadly kicks in and ruins me nose. But that's just how it goes. Or it could be a combination of you know, the kittens shedding their fur because it's, you know, coming into the summer, so they're shedding their winter coat, and plus dust as well, and oh god, you know, combination of all three, most likely. I am braking, I can assure you. It really struggles to brake, this thing. I don't know, maybe I should turn the vacuum brakes off. Maybe I should just put it in air brakes. Might think I might change the brake type actually to air brake. Air brake goods. Let's see if that doesn't makes a difference. Sophie, would you like to see the cavcivity in Train Sim World? I don't know what the cavcivity is. You'll have to expand on that question. I've never heard of cavcivity. I don't think it's a locomotive or a multiple unit I can think of, unless it's a route, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Might be a type of game mode, I don't know. You do get free scenarios, I should say, with the Class 20. Let me just take a just want to be correct on the livery. We're struggling, aren't we? We're really struggling. Have we got brakes on or something? What's going on here? No, the brakes are off. They're both released. Okay, likes it with vacuum brakes on then. Fair play. I was going to say, I don't know why it was slowing down. Yeah, the livery on this Class 20 in Train Sim World is British Rail Freight. I imagine yellow livery or something like that. And the hopper is a PGA limestone hopper. Sadly, there is no manual with the Class 20 in Train Sim World, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's nothing new. We're going a bit too fast here. I was looking at the phone, trying to get the statistics of the 20, but I've overshot it by quite some way. That isn't good. At least we stopped. Oh well, never mind. That took me just over 13 minutes. I've already done a service in the past, so hence why I got no medal. But yeah, the Class 20s were otherwise known as the English Electric Type 1. It's a diesel-electric locomotive. They were made by at Vulcan Foundry and Robert Stevenson Hawthorns. They were built from 1957 to 1968, with a total of 228 made. It has a maximum power output of 1,000 horsepower and has a maximum speed limit of 75 miles per hour or 121 miles per hour. And the engine is a English Electric 8 SVT Mark II engine, and has a capacity fuel-wise of 1,700 litres or 460 gallons if you're in the United States of America, and had a career for British Railways, Rail Freight, Eurostar, interestingly, Direct Rail Services, HNRC, and Balfour Beatty. And was withdrawn in 1976, with 6 in service to this day and 22 preserved, and obviously the rest were scrapped. So there's a little history lesson on the Class 20, little quick history lesson. What should we do here? Empty steel wagons, loaded steel wagons along the Tees Valley line as far as Darlington. I think we'll do that. Operate some steel. Yeah, I mean, when I get a hay fever, I suffer badly with it as well. I think I even one time had medical evidence to prove that, so I do take, hay fever tablets and all that kind of stuff. Oh my, it's very, is it raining or is it snowing? Might be a combination of both. No, it's snowing actually. Excellent. Right, but then again, the sun's actually coming out. Right, I'll definitely put on the vacuum brakes this time. Oh, no. No. I want vacuum brake goods. Thank you. Instrument lights, lower right and lower left. Might as well turn the wipers on. Oh. That'll do. Trying to grab the horn. I have applied the throttle. Now we can go. Oh, a light engine, I see. That explains why we're struggling. So right, we've got to go and couple up to our set of steel wagons, and then we'll be on the move out of Lackenbury Steelworks. What's the internal camera options? Alternate seat, AWS controls are down there. Light controls, you've got the fuse cupboard which you can open and interact with. Like so. So you've got all the fuses down there, and I think there's some ones here as well. Oh, but they're you can't fiddle with those. And you've got the left window as well as the right window if you're sitting in the other seat. No, we're just coming up to the stopping point. Oh no, sorry, that's a go via location. Apologies. Now we have to go to the next stopping point. So if it's a class 195-9 or 96 that Northern replaced the Pacers with, they're Spanish. Oh right, well you could have just said class 195 or class 196 instead. That would have made it a bit easier than the Spanish pronunciation. Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose that we could have them in Trainton World. It's not up to me, of course. That's yeah, that's up to Dovetail or third-party devs to decide on that one. There's the steel wagons there. We've got steel coils or steel beams. I'm not sure which set of wagons we're going to be taking. It's one of those two. Okay. And we've got to keep moving and head to that next marker point. Which begs the question, why not just keep going in the first place? And another go via location marker instead of stop there and get moving again. I suppose it's to change the points because obviously they're not automated, they're manual junctions, manual set of points in this yard, but I've set it to automatic, the switches and points and all that kind of stuff, so I don't have to waste time doing it manually, even though in real life you would have to do that. So it's light snow, very misty, and with a bit of sunshine shining in the sky. Slipping and sliding a wee bit, but we made it, that's fine. Couple to the steel slab wagons. Is that what they're called? Slab wagons. We're at the rear? Front? Is this the front? Right, this is the front. You can see it's just getting sprinkled with little snow flurries. Looks quite nice actually. But yeah, really nice looking livery, rail freight grey livery. All weathered and beaten up. Not clean and shiny. Oh hell no. You can technically put fuel into this locomotive if you so wish, but you can't actually do that. But you can take the fuel cap on and off. And there is the fuel gauge, which is good. Reads we've got nearly a full tank actually, which is good. Okay, so we're coupling up to the steel coils, not the beams by the looks of it. Although there is a third set of wagons I can just see in the distance, which I didn't clock first time. Lovely, it's probably one of the best locomotives in the game in terms of sounds at idle, or hearing it, accelerate when you change the throttle. It's one of the best sounds. So clear, so crisp, and loops just perfect. Hence why it's given the name of chopper, helicopter. Ooh, okay. Are we coupling up to some coils or beams? No, looks like it is the beams. Oh, right. Perfect. Coupled up. We'll just let the brakes release slowly. Okay, I think we can get moving. Let's go. Rock and roll, shimmer and shake. Oh, I've got the lower horn by mistake. Let's rock and roll, shimmer and shake. Bit of wheel slip. There we go. Slowly but surely we'll get moving. There is a sander somewhere. That's yeah, could do turning the cab heater on actually. There we go. I'll make it feel nice and cosy in here. There's a sander button option, isn't there? Well, don't say it's over there, is it? Oh, that's the engine start and stop button. Should be, is that sand? That's anti-slip brake. I take it that's meant to help. I've never used it before, actually, to be honest. Alright, let's withdraw from the yard and head to the next indicated marker. What a sound, what a sound, what a soundtrack. Brilliant. Never get bored of that. Put hot chocolate into the class 20. I don't know if that will make it any better, to be honest. Might make it play the sound of some songs by the artist, the late great Hot Chocolate, but yeah. I don't think it will make it go any faster. Probably make it a lot warmer. I've got the heaters at maximum, and yeah. Seems to be doing the trick, demisting the windows and keeping it nice and toasty. I mean, you do have, excuse me, the hot plate as well. I mean, it doesn't do anything, it just, you know, I think it glows red, and that's it. And it tells you, oh, don't touch you, you know, if you touch your hand on it, you burn yourself. So right, we are just heading to this bit here, where we'll then wait for clearance onto the main line. It's by South Bank Station. It's what we did in the other stream, the first Tees Valley stream I did 3-4 weeks ago, something like that. But strange weather, you know, a mixture of light snow, or just by looking at the ground, we've had a load of snow come down, and there's a bit of sun in the sky. So yeah, typical train sim mod. Hasn't got the fancy. This route doesn't have the fancy, you know, lighting and time of day system, but these conditions, it, you know, it looks okay, you know. I'll have a sip of coffee, I think. I don't want to floor the throttle in case it starts to wheel spin, then I will be in trouble, because then I'll end up going backwards down the slippery gradient we are currently encountering. Lovely. So, good coffee. I mean, they haven't really changed much regarding snow textures or anything like that, or snowflakes, or I can imagine maybe they've changed the way snow looks on the exterior of the windscreen, the windows on some of the more modern maybe Train Sim World routes, that have the new time of day weather system and all that kind of stuff. But I think in the cab, maybe not. I mean, when we talk about rain, I mean, there is some differences, like the raindrop effects on the window. That's been changed a little bit in terms of graphical fidelity. But actually, when you see the rain coming down and snow coming down in the game, it's been, the same visual effects since, the very first Train Sim World. I think snow, they changed up, they've added some little effects where snow gets kicked up along the side and you'd see that snow effect at the side of trains, going by at significant speed. You might even see it on this train when we get up to some proper speed. The heater's decided to turn itself off. Excellent. Let's see if you can see the snow effects. No, I don't think you can. Probably not snowy enough yet, maybe. But there is some new snow effects, I know that. But it's just one new snow effect. Oh, the heaters have decided to turn themselves back on again. A bit bizarre. We never turned them off. It's just, maybe they have a certain amount of time they have to be on for, then it switches itself off, and then I suppose you have to then turn it off and then turn it on again. Like if you have a fan in your bathroom or something like that. Sophia, sorry, salt. Well, it's difficult to mimic snow, isn't it, in any game really, so yeah, I think they could do some little touch-ups on the snow effect maybe in Train Sim World. It's long overdue, but it's not going to be like a major overhaul or anything like that. I mean, the snow effects on the ground look okay. I think it's just on the rolling stock of the locomotives. It can vary, you can, if you whack it up to like a snowstorm or something, you can have some locomotives that, are hardly even covered with snow, or you can have some multiple units on, I don't know, some of the newer Train Sim World routes that are absolutely caked in it, even if it's just a light sprinkling of snow. So it can be improved for sure, like maybe just the consistency of it. It's certainly a challenge doing these freight services in the snow. Mark my words. I could feel it in the controller. If you have a PS5 controller, obviously it helps you get some sort of haptic feedback through the controller and also the triggers. And it also helps that the light bar lights up with the signal colour. So that's cool. Nice touch by Dovetail regarding the PS5 controller. Certainly helps with the immersion, as well as guiding you and giving you an extra bit of help, because you can then predict a little bit more easily what the train's doing. regarding the physics, as well as you know, signals and lights and I think safety systems as well. Like when safety systems go off, the controller lights up. I haven't really been paying attention regarding that because I've been looking at the screen, focusing what I'm doing. There's another 20 screaming by. There's some coal. Empty or loaded, I suppose. Don't know which one. Okay, I've been given the green signal, even though it's out of shot. You can't see it because the pillar's in the way, but we can now get moving to our next and final stop, which is Darlington. Ooh, bit of wheel spin. Come on, train. There we go. Not sure why the passengers have umbrellas in snowy conditions. You'd think they'd be wearing like bobble hats and scarves and gloves, or they just wouldn't venture out at all. There's another option. Stay indoors, stay at home, play in your garden with your friends and family or something, make snowmen. We've got 15 miles to go to Darlington. Ah, right, I see. Pretty cool Sophie with the Xbox controller. Not sure if it's one of the newer ones or the what do you call it, that special Xbox controller thing. I forget what it's called. It does have a name. Not a huge load of steel beams, but enough for it to be a challenge. You can see the snow effects there as we're going by. See it streaking off the train. Passengers. Thermals to keep warm, that's right, that's right. Oh, the elite controller, that's what it's called. Yeah. Oh, it's a see-through casing. Oh my good god. Sounds like the see-through casing is more expensive than an elite controller. Green signal. Okay, we've got a yellow one that's just turned to green, so all is well so far. Sophia. Oh, rechargeable batteries. Oh, yeah. I used to have a set of rechargeable batteries when I used to have an Xbox One. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was like Energizer brand or something. And it came with like a little plug-in charger where you put the batteries in and charge it up. Then it would flash and make a noise when the batteries were charged and you could use them again. It's pretty good. Obviously I don't need that, thankfully, with a PlayStation. Speed limit of 25 coming up. Didn't see that. Was a little bit late to the party with that one. My bad. Thankfully this service seems to be a little bit more comfortable with the braking performance compared to the limestone one, which is good, as we're about to go past or through Middlesbrough. Come on, camera, keep up. Why did Dovetail take away this, you know, fast camera movement? Why did they, on the external camera, why can't they just bring it back instead of having, I mean, it's pretty nifty, but, you know, it's still not fast as it used to be. Nearly put it in neutral then by an accident. Trying to get a good shot of it going by. I think what I find really weird is that, you know, the 20 is one of those oddball kind of locomotives, which is pretty unique really in Train Sim world. Yeah, you know, if you have just a normal 20 on its own, it looks like, you know, normal like tank engine kind of design, you know, in the steam age. I think that's what it was mainly based for. You know, light shunting maybe at a push, but definitely freight duties. I think because I think one of the scenarios on with the class 20 on Tees Valley Line is doing some shunting with the limestone wagons in Tees Yard. So I think it'd be really quite cool if we could do some like shunting services. I'll have to go through some of the timetable on maybe West Coast Main Line, the Shap route, and maybe Blackpool branches as well. See if you could do some light shunting in any of those yards, and not just with the Class 08 all the time. The Class 8 is cool. I like the Class 8, the good old Gronk, and it's cool. You have, you know, lots of variations of liveries to play with. But it would be quite nice, just, you know, to why not put a 20 in its place. It'd be quite interesting and fun to do, and it kind of looks like it's not out of place because it's, you know, well, I mean, it's much bigger and more powerful than an 08 and an 09 shunter, but you know, again, it has that tank engine like appearance, which makes it, to me, I think, suited to kind of shunting and maybe pilot duties. But that's just me being me. Full power. You can hear the cab and shaking and rattling a bit there, which is really cool. Don't even know if the heater's on or not still, can't tell. We've got just over 10 miles to go to Darlington. 12 to be exact. If you are enjoying the stream up to this point and you like what you've seen or heard, then yeah, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, I would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next live stream will be next Monday, believe it or not, in the month of June the 2nd, 2025, and we're turning the clock back to more modern times, and we're going to be doing some passenger, maybe some freight services, depends how I feel, on the East Coastway route. So some Southern Electrostar action. Haven't been on that route for so long. It'd be nice to pay a little revisit, see how well or badly it's aged. Probably in the middle. Some elements have aged well, some maybe other aspects of it have aged very bad. I'm just thinking of maybe the bad sounds in the Class 377. Really struggling to get up to 60 miles per hour. Well, that's okay, we've got a 50 mile per hour speed limit coming up. So if you you got a lead you just plug into. Oh, I see. You go for power stations which you run. Oh, TV and Xbox, just to cut down on mains power further. Oh, I see. Oh, you're very eco-friendly. I mean, what I do when it comes to power and electrics and all that kind of stuff is I will just turn it off at the mains at night when I go to bed. No need to have it on during the night. You could say, yeah, but you need your phone and your tablet or headphones charging. That's true, but battery technology these days, the phones and tablets, you could turn on low power modes and it would hold. I mean, my phone is a few years old now. It's a iPhone 13 Pro Max, but it holds its battery life really, really well. Certainly better than the phones I've had in the past, that's for sure. I mean, even my iPad Air, which I've had for 5 years and is still receiving software updates, which is very kind of Apple, which means I won't have to spend nearly £700 on a new iPad just yet. Trying to hold on to it for as long as possible because it works just fine. It's getting a little bit slower, I admit to that, but it holds its battery up still pretty well despite its age. And I'll keep my phone 13 Pro Max until it runs out of software updates, and then I'll have to do a change, which is a pain in the neck, but there you go. That's how Apple likes to do things. Speed limit's gone down to 35. It will then go back up again to 45 and 50 miles per hour shortly. As we've got just under 10 miles to go to Darlington. Doesn't say what platform. So that's where we are currently. Just went past Tees Yard. Darlington's all the way over here, and I presume we're stopping platform, no platform at all. Okay, so we're not going through the station, we're going past the station. There is one, by the looks of it, a freight train at platform 1. It's interesting. Might be a 31 doing some cement duties or something like that, I'm not sure. Might be a 37 doing coal or steel, no idea. Let me see if I can put the cursor on that train, unless it runs away. The train, that is. No, it doesn't say what locomotive is conducting that freight service in particular. Sophie, June is one of the worst months in the year. Why is June one of the worst months in the year? Why is it bad? Should be good, shouldn't it? I mean, it's great for, you know, younger people, you know, because they finish college and school and they can do what they want for the holidays unless they have to work then. And it's not so good. Granted, when the summer does, you know, when June, July does come round, obviously all the roads and everything gets clogged up. That's true, you know, more passengers and more trains and, you know, making their getaways for the summer, be it going abroad and airports and, you know, at the Channel, using the Eurotunnel train or ferry or, yeah, any mode of transport will get significantly busier once the summer kicks in. I normally go on holiday at like end of June, end of July, beginning of August, but that's been changed and that's will be the end of August instead. But funny enough, I'm not actually going on holiday this year. It's just my mum and her sister that is going this time. I didn't fancy going on one, to be honest. Maybe another time, when I feel like it. Like, I maybe have a holiday, but not going abroad, you know. Okay, we've got a speed limit change coming up. It'll go down to 30 miles per hour. We're not even at 40 yet. Oh, I see. Oh, sorry to hear that, Sophie. That's why June is not so good for you. Sophie, what's it called? Tassimo pods. What is Tassimo? I take it there's some sort of AirPod things. My first set of AirPods I had, you know, I don't use them, I just gave them to my mum because yeah, she wanted them. I said, yeah, you can have them. I got some new headphones last September. Yeah, but the headphones I've got now, I'm definitely not going to recycle them or give them or sell them or give them to someone else. They are mine to keep for good. Why? Because I like them. That's why I bought them. And they're better than the ones I had before, so granted I need a new case for it. But it works brilliantly. Sophie, well, on the bright side, you'll get peace and quiet. Yeah, that's true, to a degree. Depends where you live, I suppose, in the summer. If you go to like the coasts or something like that, I imagine it'll be pretty packed. Which, you know, some people like it, and some people really just don't. just going through Allen's West station. Speed limit will go down, will increase to 60 miles per hour, and then go down to 50 miles per hour. And then it will go back up again to the maximum speed limit, which is 60 miles per hour for the freight. Passenger, I think it's more, or maybe the same. I can't remember. We've got just under 7 miles to go to Darlington. Sophie, drinks pods capsules. Oh right, and not what I thought they were then. Hot drinks machine that makes tea, coffee, Cadbury's and hot chocolate. Oh right, fair enough. I just stick to the traditional kettle. Well, we've had a kettle. It's not just the normal, kettle where you push a button and then you have to wait for it to boil and then pick it up and then use it. Well, what we do is we put ours under the little nozzle. You press the button and then it heats it up and then the water comes out and goes into the mug or cup. So we've had it for just over 10 years and hasn't gone wrong once, which is brilliant. Touch wood, it stays that way. Too lazy for a kettle. Oh blimey, Sophie, doesn't take that long for a kettle to boil. Right, what? If you fill it up to the max, probably what? And let it boil, probably just over a minute or something like that. You do surprise me. But then again, it's more expensive and all you've got, I suppose, and all the bells and whistles it does, but yeah, fair enough. Not my kind of thing. If I need to keep the wipers on. Probably do. Not sure if it's chucking down with snow or what. No, I think the snow's actually oh no, it's still snowing. 5 miles exactly to our final destination, Darlington. We're just passing, is that Teesside Airport? I think it is. Yeah, it is. One of the least used stations in all of Great Britain, I believe. Not the least used, I think. Might be wrong. Unless Teesside Airport's had an upgrade, then fair enough. There's a 31. speed limit of 30. Just about to hit. It's weird because if you want to look at the speedo, you have to look down and see the amps, you know, of the locomotive powering up. But yeah, it's quite difficult. I don't like that view. I can see what's in front of me, but I prefer just to like that, you know. You know, because in a first-person view, it looks like you're looking down rather than looking up, like you're hunched over or something, and you're just looking down all the time. I prefer to have a good posture in a first-person view and look straight out the window in the game as well as real life. So if you know point in a speedo when you can go as fast as you want. True, you can go as fast as you want in the game, but I prefer to be realistic and stick to the speed limit as best I can. I'm not those kind of person where, you know, just whack the throttle on, let it go to a billion miles an hour and train crashes and all that stuff. I mean, that's not what I do, really. There's other channels that are focused on that kind of thing. Weird and wacky things, but yeah, that's not my thing. Don't like it. I prefer to do things in a realistic way with Train Sim World. Unless I have to do a scenario that focuses on that kind of thing, then never mind. Gotta be done. Thankfully, those type of scenarios are very few and far between. Mark Morris, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Just hauling some steel to Darlington in snowy conditions. Not sure if I've got, well, what is the time now in the UK? 9:30, so I mean, I've got a long while yet until I have to go to bed and sleep. I have to wait until at least 11:30 to let me mum in, because she's out working, so unfortunately. But there you go. Under 2 miles to go to our next and final stop, Darlington, which is the terminus of the line, of this route, I should say. Now, I think in real life it would, in the 1989, it would go to Redmire, some of the limestone, I should say. For the steel, it would probably go to, I don't know. Where does it go to? Forget. Where are we going? It just says on foot at the moment. That's helpful, game. What service? Blackenbury. No. Dazelle. However you say that correctly. I think with the what is it? With a 31. The cement, I think, goes to Eastgate. Would have been nice to have had the route extended. It's only 24 miles. I say only 24 miles. Would be nice to have it extended to Eastgate and maybe a little bit beyond. That'd be quite cool. open up some yards and sidings in this route that is currently inaccessible, courtesy of the invisible barrier wall thing that Dovetail like to place on their routes. We're just under a mile away from Darlington, which means we have to slow down. Need to get those amps up. Just over 500 maybe. Do Scooby-Doo. Just noticed the speed limit's going down again to 30. Love the horn. Sounds on this are tip top. They did record them, whether that's Dovetail or an external a third party dev, I'm not sure, but they got the sounds apparently from the Great Central Railway. I presume that's before the COVID pandemic and the lockdown, because this DLC originally launched during lockdown in the United Kingdom in 2020. There were strange times back then. You wouldn't believe it these days, would you? Crazy. It was weird because I literally had nothing to do. Like, I was told to stay at home and do nothing. I used to come outside and exercise, and then have to go back in, and you wouldn't be allowed to see anyone. And, what else? But to well, couldn't work. But told to stay at home. So, yeah, it was strange. Strange times. But here we are, coming into Darlington now. I can I can turn the wipers off because obviously I will be stopping at the red signal. Darlington is quite a nice little biggish station. It only has what, just 3 platforms? No, 4 actually. My mistake. Whoa, that was close. That was so close. I thought I was going to run the red light. I'll be like, please don't. That took me just under an hour, 55 minutes to be exact. And we got a gold. Fantastic. Brilliant. Let's go to the menu and see what else we could do. Ron 3810X. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. One request, honk, please. Well, I did honk the horn earlier, but well, as I was coming into Darlington, but I'm not sure when you appeared on the stream, so you may have heard it, you may have not. When I was live at the time. If not, you could just wind the stream back and you can hear it then. What am I doing? I'm in the wrong mode for starters. I do like these journey modes in Train Sim World. Class 20. It was that one, wasn't it? Steel Wagons. Hatfield to drive a train load of coal wagons to Red Coal Terminal, unload them, and then bring them back. What's the time? 20 to 10. Depends what time of day this is. These services are set at. If it's in the middle of the night, then no chance. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, it's at 11:19. Okay, it's not too bad. Not sure if I will do it though. I'm just conscious of time. That's all. Okay. The wrong mode. Yep. Vacuum brake goods. Instrument lights. That should be okay, shouldn't we? You only have to. I can't remember in the last stream when I used the 37. I can't remember if I unloaded coal or loaded the coal hoppers. I can't quite remember. I might have to. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna look back at that previous live stream I did with the 37, just so I can. See if I did a service where I loaded the coal hoppers or unloaded them. I'm not too sure. Let me just check. Steel. No, I unloaded them. And this one is unloading them, isn't it? Yeah, same again. No, I don't think I'll do that. I want to change it up a bit. I'm sure there's one where I can unload it. Okay. Let's go into here. Journey mode. It's like here, wasn't it? Unload, yeah, okay. That's another unloading one. Are they all just unloading them and not loading them? Drive a train of empty steel wagons to Lackenbury Grid sidings. Okay. Oh, I've already done that one. Okay, what's this one? Drive a train of empty steel wagons to Lackenbury Grid sidings. That's going from Corby. Loaded ones as far as Eaglescliffe. Let's do that one actually. That one, a bit different. Goes to Eaglescliffe instead of going all the way to Darlington, so changes it up a bit. Depends, of course, what time of day this is at. This is at 20:59. It's in dusk / night time. It might be okay if I'm quick enough. I presume we have to couple up to the train. Go, 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 go. The quicker we do it, the better. I'll turn all the lights on. Need to see. Night lighting in Train Sim World is absolutely terrible. That reminds me. Wrong one. I know it's not realistic, but I need all the lights I can have. I need all the lights at my disposal. can at least see what I'm doing. Might be interesting. I did steel beams. Might be doing the steel coils this time. Right, let me just take a look at the chat. If I can actually get into it. Be free with me. That's an interesting name for a profile. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Has anyone got any news on the new military pack? As I've just brought volume 3. Volume 3. What's volume 3? Is it that stupid container one that recently launched? I mean, it adds a bit of variety, but no new brands or anything like that. And the same old 66. Whoopie-doo. The military ones, there's no news on it though. No news at the moment. Skyhook and Dovetail haven't said anything as of yet. And they've showcased, what the military equipment is, the vehicles on the wagons. I think on their social media channels and the roadmap videos, articles in Trade Sim World. But as far as a date and price and so on and so forth, that has not yet been revealed by either Skyhook or Dovetail. But the military one is actually one I'm quite interested in, because we haven't really had any military equipment to haul in Train Sim World, so it does pique my interest, this one. Whereas the wagons and whereas the containers are, I'm not interested in that. I've already got containers in Train Sim World. Don't need more of them. Would be nice to get some more licensed ones, not just ones in plain colours and shapes. We're going forward still, aren't we? Yes, we are. Don't know why I chose to put the reverser into the reverse position. But yeah, I chose to get those, like, which one did I get? I think I've got the, as far as Skyhook's freight packs, I've got 2 of them, but I got them on a ridiculously cheap discount, individually of course. The first one was, I think, tankers. I think I got them for like £1, which is how much I value the tankers, and the other ones I think were aggregates, I think. Yeah, I don't choose to pay them at full price, because they're nowhere near worth full price. I mean, nearly £10 just for new pieces of rolling stock with the same class 66 in the same liveries that we've got. No new liveries or physics or sound changes or anything like that. So yeah, not fun, not good. I just figure full price. I mean, you'd be crazy to pay for it at full price. I mean, even the military pack, if it's near like £10, I still won't pay full price for it, because we know we're going to get the same old 66. I mean, the 66 is good, and of course it's it's pretty common that we see a 66 on the, doing freight duties in this country. But there are other freight locomotives we could have, but seemingly Dovetail or any other third-party dev can't seem to get access to other freight locomotives that they can get some reference material on, sounds and photos and so on and so forth. But it would be nice to have some different freight locomotives, like a class 60 diesel electric, or a class 90 1 or class 90 freight locomotive, or something like that, I'm surprised we haven't got a 66 actually that's been that you know, like a German variant of the 66, because I think the 66 does, I think, some freight duties in Germany. I think with MRCE, I think. And that's obviously in the black livery. So I am quite surprised we haven't got that, unless you have to alter the model, you know, to the German specifications. I've also noticed that the 20 is, I think, has had a change. It's had the live overhead wire stickers added to the front and the sides. Now I didn't notice before, so unless that is a recent change. Due to the you know, the West Coast main line over Chapeau being added, you know, to make it look realistic. I'm looking to the left, I do not know. Vacuum brake for goods, excellent. Steel beams again, wow. Come on, train, let's get moving. Bit of wheel spin, wheel slip I should say. But we move. Even though the Class 20 has 1,000 horsepower, which is a 2,000 horsepower, when you have two Class 20s, yeah, even with just a single Class 20, I don't think it could haul beams and, you know, steel or coal or limestone, you know, with just one Class 20. I think it would struggle with just a single Class 20. So yeah, to have it in pairs certainly helps. See the factory there in the distance, working away into the night. Flames are coming out of the chimneys. Must be one of the gas works maybe. Somewhere over here, which you can't access. Well, I suppose you could, but I think there's red signals blocking you from doing that. Doesn't even have any names to it, does it? So I can't tell if it is gasworks sidings or not. Maybe that might be it. There's wagons in those sidings, or maybe there. Not really sure, to be honest with you. Ben, hey, how are you? Nice to see you, hope you're well. Beautiful, accurate stop for a couple of times to work, so thank you very much. I do my best. Sophie, it's about Sky Titan. Well, I think if they were to do that, I think they would have to extend the route. I think maybe that's what they're planning. Who knows? Never know, do we? I personally would love to see the route expanded. You know, mileage-wise. You know, have the main line. I've said it many times. Have the main line go up to from Derby to Sheffield. Have the Matlock branch included, since the services are already in the timetable. And then have the Wash Valley line, you know, going north from Nottingham. When you depart Nottingham, going in the westerly direction, there's a curve of track that goes up to the north. That's the Wash Valley line. It has a few stations, and I think it rejoins the main line just before Chesterfield. So I think that would be quite nice to have. to me personally. And then if you can add a Class 222 Voyager, or 221 Voyager, whichever, in East Midlands Trains colours, as the route is set in 2018, when it was branded as East Midlands Trains, and not East Midlands Railway, thank God, because I prefer East Midlands Trains livery, more colourful, more vibrant. Yeah, if we could have that, that'd be perfect. I mean, it's been a very long time since Skyhook have launched anything major, you know, like routes or new loco add-ons. Instead, they've been focusing on, you know, updates to the Midland Main Line, which I welcome very much. We've had 3 or 4 huge patches for it. They've improved the visuals of the route, the performance of the route, fixing bugs, be it with the routes, some scenarios, some services, some signals, the 158 multiple unit in the HST. There's still some elements of the HST and the 158 are still a little bit that need further attention. But yeah, at least, you know, Skyhook haven't thrown in the towel with the Midland Main Line, which is good. It's nice to see. You know, they keep updating it and they keep it on life support, so to speak. You know, they don't turn the machine off or anything like that. You know, if you want to use that as an expression, then yeah. Whereas with Dovetail, I know sometimes they just throw in the towel with some of their older products and leave it to gather dust and rot, like you know, not like some of the older routes in Trade Sim World. You know, like Peninsula Corridor hasn't had any updates since it was taken off sale, which is a bit of a shame. You know, especially to those people that, you know, have it installed like I do. So there you go. Yeah, nice visual effects. That's meant to resemble a gasworks. Looks really cool at night, actually. Really nice, actually. Unless it's a steel factory, maybe. Not sure. We'll have a look at that. I think it must be a steel factory, I think, producing the steel. Not a gasworks, I do apologise. There's no tracks around it, so you couldn't do any shunting in that factory by the looks of it. You've got the yard to do that instead. Now we're just departing. Speed limit's increased to 20. I think we'll do this service and then I think I'll call it a day, because you know, with the fact that the 20s are a little bit slower at getting up to full speed, especially, you know, with heavy loads of steel or, you know, coal or limestone, you know, depending on how many wagons you have in your consist. So I do like the fact that even though the services predominantly are the same, you know, these are just services from the 37 timetable, but you know, with the Class 20 subbed in, I do like the fact that it takes a little bit longer, because the 20s are, well, slower and probably less powerful. Probably are less powerful actually than the 37s. I don't know, actually, to be fair, if a 20 or 37 is more or less powerful than a 37. Maybe not. Thankfully we're driving off into the sunset, so we'll continue to be light for a little while longer. William Tucker, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Ron 38NX, I will like and subscribe if you honk the horn 3 times. Okay, I suppose so. If you're still watching, then there you go. Now you can fulfill your part of the bargain, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know why people choose to request those kind of things. But fair enough. If you enjoyed it anyway, I would have liked and subscribed regardless. But you know, some people want to have an interaction in a different way, so fair play. We are just about to rejoin the main line. We will have to stop at the red signal. Once again, right outside South Bank stations, platforms I should say. But yeah, we're only taking the steel not to Darlington as we did before. We're only taking it to Eaglescliffe, which actually need to focus on what I'm doing instead of looking at the map. Focus on when to brake. William, thanks. Watching get you off to sleep. Okay, I never knew my streams would have that appeal of making people, you know, get to sleep and relax. But well, at least you enjoy it. Slow down. Excellent. Can we go yet? No, we can't. Okay, we do have to wait. Looks like we have a passenger service or something like that. That's about to occupy our bit of track. There is a service at 21:23, which is not too far. There's one going to Bishop Auckland, that's at 21:20, and that's in just under 3 minutes. So, oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay. We have to wait for that train to stop at South Bank and collect or disembark its passengers, and then we'll have to play second fiddle for a little bit. Why? Because yeah, our passenger services on this route have greater priority, despite this being a freight-focused route. Kind of gone away from freight-focused routes in Trade Sim World. More been passenger stuff, mainly because probably it sells more, I suppose. Because we used to have, you know, this being freight-focused. Obviously, loads of you know, Russignol even in Germany was freight focused, and I still really like that route. I'm surprised they haven't remastered it, to be honest. I think they tend to do the British routes first in terms of remasters, and then focus on German and US and other routes, not English routes or UK routes after. But yeah, we used to have loads of American US freight, which you know, you have a hell of a lot more US freight than passenger routes, mainly because, you know, US has more route miles for freight compared to passenger. But you know, in your little towns and cities, you know, obviously there's different types of passenger services, even Heritage Railways as well. That'd be quite cool, like narrow gauge especially. But yeah, we used to have loads, didn't we? Freight US focused routes. We had Go Home Pass, that was in Trent 3. That was the last freight focused route we've had in Train Sim World, really. We used to have Sandpatch Grade, where Train Sim World began, nearly 10 years ago. It's crazy, isn't it? How time flies by. We had Horseshoe Curve, what was it? Sherman Hill, Cane Creek, Clinchfield. One of my that was the first and only US route that's based in the past, the distant past, like the 1970s / early 1980s. That was really, really cool. I liked that route. That was a nice, challenging route. Not the busiest, but it really was something different. So I liked that. I mean, I would do. For those that's been around on the channel for many years or months, yeah, I prefer the old school routes and compared to the modern ones. To me, it has more character. You know, you don't get to experience routes set in a different time period in real life. You can on the game, so that's pretty cool. Whereas routes that are based, you know, let's say 5 years ago or a few years ago, obviously you can experience. Well, depends if you live near it, of course. The passenger service has left South Bank. We will be able to proceed shortly. We will get a green. We just have to wait and see. Unless it's bugged, of course. I don't think it is. Let me just check. My watch is fully charged. Just got a notification. Apparently the weather conditions have changed outside. It's apparently quite windy outside. And a slight drizzle of rain, actually. There's another passenger service that's coming into South Bank. We do have a yellow, so let's make most of it. Let's escape South Bank before we get held up even longer at this station. Go, go, go. Come on, come on. There we go. Eaglescliffe is 8 miles away. Albeit, we will probably have to stop again, since we have a red just over half a mile away, fortunately. Free coach 101. That seems to be a different 101. That's one from Thingamabob, isn't it? Blackpool branches, am I right? Yeah, it is. Sorry, a West Coast Main Line over Shepherd, because the doesn't have any of the destination displays. Only has the fancier smoke effects as well, exhaust fumes. Okay, the red is cleared. It's changed to a yellow, and the speed limit will increase, I think, to 60 miles per hour. I think I just missed that. Yeah, we got some rain for a change outside. That's cool. Weather's turning a little bit hit and miss. Got a lot of rain tomorrow. Be a little bit cooler as well, which is nice. Speed limit indeed has increased to 60, so let's get there now. For one thing I am looking forward to in Train Sim World, but I might get immediately as soon as it comes out, I'm not sure, you're not fully decided, is the Class 86-2 electric locomotive. I know it looks, you know, at first glance, very similar to the 87, but it doesn't add any new services, granted, but it does have some lovely new coaches with it. Mark IIF coaches, and technically, you know, if you look at the details, the 86-2 is, you know, has some differences on the exterior as well as the interior. Plus, it's got, you know, different liveries as well. The only thing that's holding me back is the price. I mean, it's a little bit steep. I think it's £20. Just Trains and Dovetail said, even though they haven't put a date out for it yet, but the fact they put a price on it means it's coming out pretty soon, probably even before the military pack. It'll be pretty close to see which one will come out first, either the military or the Class 86-2. Maybe both on the same day, who knows? That has happened before. We've had 2 DLCs launched on the same day. Speed limit 35, and we got a red currently, so we will have to stop. Oh, we got a yellow just in time. Good, I can keep moving. There we go, full power, full power. The cool thing, I mean, I suppose in a good way, the night lighting in the old Trenton Worlds routes are so bad, it means you can actually see what you're doing, which is kind of a good thing. Because it means you, the viewer, can actually see what I'm doing and what's going on. Whereas with the newer routes at night, the lighting is much more realistic. But you know, from a viewer's perspective, when you're streaming it, you know, to the general public and to my subscribers or non-subscribers, yeah, you can't see a thing. So it's a double whammy, really. You know, the night lighting on the older Trenton World routes don't look realistic, but means you can see more. Yeah, the newer lighting looks more realistic, but you can't see. So, but yeah, at least I can see what I'm doing, and you can see what's going on. So I suppose that's something good, at least. Speed limits going down to 25. It's about to come through once again, Middlesbrough. Eaglescliffe is here, and the train would normally carry on down southwesterly, I think. There's another coal service there with another set of 20s. Seen a lot of 20s doing some hauling today. I've never seen a single 37. It's just been 20s and 31s today. Got just over 5.5 miles to go to our next and final stop, which is Eaglescliffe. Thankfully my nose has calmed down a bit from the hay fever. I mean, you know, it's continues to get ever darker here and cooler, I imagine the hay fever and the pollen level is going down, so that's good for me. Because all day, all afternoon, I've just been sneezing and sniffling, and my nose running like a tap, which is incredibly frustrating. Speed limit has increased once again to 45 miles per hour, so we can apply full power now. Once again, I will remind my viewers or people that have just tuned in, the next stream will take place on the 2nd of June 2025, and I'll be doing some Electrostar passenger activities. I haven't done that in a very long time. I haven't even got the route installed, actually. And that route in question is the East Coastway route, which will be fun. Speed limits increased once again to 60 miles per hour. Got a red signal coming up. And the speed limit's going down to 50 miles per hour. Passing D's yard now. I will begin braking now, I think. Got a yellow. just under 3 miles to go until Eaglescliffe. Got another 2 yellows. That's the first one, and then we got a second one, and then it's a red, but hopefully that will change. We got a green now, so that's cool. Just over 2 miles to go from Eaglescliffe, and then we can call it a day. We'll get there. Be now plain sailing into Eaglescliffe. The passenger service is just actually pulling up into Eaglescliffe, so he might have to stop just before we get to Eaglescliffe. But because we're accelerating so slowly, well, we're accelerating at a reasonable rate, but you know, not as fast as before. So should be okay. If we got enough of a gap, I think. If not, then we'll have to stop. Oh well. That's just how things go. Start putting on the brakes. Hopefully the red will change, just like it has done the previous 2-3 times now on this particular service. Haven't actually stopped at a red signal since South Bank. There you go, yellow. Keep moving, train, keep moving, keep moving. just moving. Bit of too much wheel spin. Come on. So, freight service coming the other way. No. Just imagining things. Look like a freight train in the distance. It's not. Just 13 steel wagons for this one. As we're now on the final approach to Eaglescliffe. This service will come to an end, and so will this stream. Perfect. And there we are. That took me just under 45 minutes. 44 minutes and 44 seconds, to be exact. Went from Lackenbury Steelworks to Eaglescliffe. And that will be that. It was good fun. I enjoyed that. So that concludes the little trilogy of streams once again on Tees Valley. Not only the route, but the two Loco add-ons, the BR Class 31 and today's locomotive add-on, the BR Class 20. So, yeah, I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next stream, once again, I'll say it for the last time, will take place on the 2nd of June 2025, roughly the same time, 8 PM UK time-ish. And the route we're going to be taking a look at, which I don't have installed currently, is the East Coastway route for some Electrostar passenger and maybe some freight action as well, depending on things go time-wise. So, once again, thank you very much for watching.